The Shep Naz Podcast begins now.
Welcome to the Shep Naz Podcast. I'm Joe, and I'm your host today. And today we are going to be talking about a new event that is coming up for Shepherd. It's not a new holiday or a new day that we're celebrating, but it is a new way of doing it. And we have in studio today Pastor Rob, and we're going to talk about the upcoming Good Friday experience. So welcome in, Pastor Rob.
Thank you. I like how you say I'm in the studio.
Yes.
Because it's better than saying in the closet here.
We're in the closet. It looks so much better in the part that you're seeing than
what we're seeing,
than the rest of it.
Yeah. So I'm excited about this. This is this is a new thing for us. And as you said, it's not a new holiday. We're talking about Good Friday. And the challenge in the church is how to continue to communicate these timeless truths and these things that happen on a regular basis every year, right, in new and fresh ways. Like Easter's every year, and if you're a pastor, you're going to preach about the resurrection. And if you've been a pastor for 25 years, you got to come up with either 25 different sermons or variations of it or whatever, and the same with Christmas and Good Friday. And so we've done different events on Good Friday. In the last couple of years, we've actually done them on Thursday, which is called Maundy Thursday, the day of the Last Supper, because that's really when it all starts. But this year we're doing this Good Friday experience, and it's kind of birthed out of some conversations we were all having. And actually, Joe has taken the lead on all of this and put together this plan, and everybody has pitched in and has played a part in this, and it's going to be a pretty neat event. And so it's literally a walkthrough of the things that Jesus experienced from Thursday night to Sunday, well, even beyond that.
Yeah, even to Pentecost. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit, Joe, about how this all kind of came about, and we'll kind of walk through it.
So staff meeting, Pastor Rob said, hey, I want you guys to come back next time with some ideas of what we could do for Good Friday, so we can do something different than what we've done before. Mm-hmm. And I was silly enough to be the one that did my homework. So
there's always one. There's always one. I just need one person to do it.
All kidding aside, I took it to heart. I went home, was praying about it, and it just seemed like as soon as this idea just started taking a life of its own, and even since then, when I sketched out what some of the concepts were, it's gone beyond anything that I prepared. It's now kind of cool to see how God is working through other people now to say, I grabbed that inspiration and kind of roll with it. So the idea behind it was a few years ago, we did like this Journey Through Bethlehem thing out on the field. And, it was very well received, even though it was cold and sometimes nasty outside. Yeah. And but we got different scenes out there that people could, kind of live through the Christmas story. Yep. And so it was just kind of the idea came that what if we could do the same thing, but in a different way for Good Friday, and kind of walking us through that experience. So that's kind of where that all started from.
Yeah, good. And and like the Christmas journey, I felt like the Lord said, "Here, I want you to do this," and I sat down and just boom, it came out, and that's how that happened here. I remember on Slack one day I started getting script 1, script 2, script 3, and then all these other things. It was just coming, and so. And like you said, everybody has kind of added their piece to it, so it's been a collective thing, but you definitely got it started. So when they show up, they're going to go basically through several different experiences, and you want to walk through that a little bit?
Yeah, I'm not going to give away too much because I want you to just be able to enjoy it, but we'll touch some of the highlights. So people are going to be meeting initially in the FLC. So for those of you that aren't familiar, it's the big gym at the end of the building. And that's where everything's going to start. And that's going to be the holding tank, because this is going to be done as a tour that goes through the church from room to room. And so that tour is going to take about 45 minutes. We've got probably about 10 people per group that are going. And so you're going to have a guide that's going to take you from room to room.
Yep.
So you're going to start out in the FLC. And you're going to go through different rooms where you'll get to take a peek at the upper room from the Last Supper. You're going to go into the Garden of Gethsemane. You're going to go to the marketplace the morning of the crucifixion. You're going to see the events of the crucifixion. And then after he dies, you're going to see how that was impacted people that were trying to figure out what just happened.
Yeah, and what next?
And then I really felt like, even though it's Good Friday, and sometimes traditionally churches enjoy leaving the cliffhanger, they just want to stop it right there where Jesus dies, come back Sunday, and you'll get the rest of the story.
Yeah, because you got to leave in darkness, and nobody's allowed to talk until you get to the parking lot. Of course, they'll talk there.
Well, here's, this is probably a spoiler, so if you don't want to hear this, turn off for the next 10 seconds.
Watermelon.
But we're not going to leave him dead, so we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
And some of this, the great part about it is we got a lot of volunteers that are participating in it. So you've got people that are going to be doing monologues in these different rooms that you're going to. We've got people that are, serving as the guides. We have people that are doing scenery and costumes and all that kind of stuff that you would hope to see. And it's different kinds of things when you go from room to room. Like, not all of it is going to be somebody just talking to you. Sometimes there's going to be a video element in a couple of the rooms. There's going to be some lighting effects and things like that. So
some sounds. Yeah,
but there'll be sounds pretty much wherever you go. Well, I'll give this one thing away just because I'm kind of excited to see this happen. If you were in the church lobby this past Sunday, you might have seen like some painted cobblestone in the lobby, and that really was a test for Phyllis, because she has in mind that she and I think a couple of other volunteers that she's got going are going to be making a pathway for us throughout the church. So I'm pretty excited about that.
It's going to look very cool.
There's now, since I mentioned that they were in groups, we're doing signups to try to facilitate, that way what time your group is going to go.
Right.
And signups have been going well. We didn't know what kind of response to expect on this, since it is kind of a new thing that we're doing. But so far, we've probably got 12 groups that are coming through at,
of 10
at least. But I did want to, and I'm probably sure you want to echo this, is that we don't want anyone to stay away.
Right.
So even if you go to the website and you try to sign up and it says spots are full, show up anyhow. I mean, we would love you to fill the spots that are still available. So that would be nice if you would do that.
And it leaves every 10 minutes, because we want the group ahead of you to be on before you go, so that you're not experiencing it with another group. It's just your group experiencing it. So it could be your family, your friends, or you might be in a group with people you don't know, but that's all cool.
This Sunday is the Chili Cook-Off. Full Armor Bikers are hosting this free event as a thank you to Shepherd for how you've supported Full Armor Bikers and the Rusty Bellamy Bikes for Missions project. If you're bringing chili, you can bring it to the Family Life Center as early as 9 a.m. on Sunday morning. At 12:30, we'll join together to do samplings of the chilies. You don't have to bring chili, you can just attend as a taster and vote for your favorite chili. There are trophies and bragging rights to be had. Join us this Sunday at 12:30 p.m. We've even had a few people sign up that, like, my small group is going through, not my small group, because I think my small group is pretty much participating in it.
They're working. Yeah,
but
a small group.
Small group has already signed up. Like their group is going to go as a group through it. So if you haven't signed up yet, that's a great idea. If you want to get your group to go through it as an experience together. And one of the things, and maybe you want to address this, that we were trying to be very careful about making sure that this is an experience that the whole family can enjoy. Yeah. And why did we do that?
Yeah. Yeah. So we want it to be a family-friendly event because we want parents to be able to bring their kids and experience this together with them. I think that there's nothing more powerful than, kids experiencing the story of the gospel and having questions and their parents answering it. That's the way it should be. And so when you come through with your children, there'll be opportunities for you to interact with them and maybe answer questions. But the challenge that poses for us at an event like this is if we're going to talk about the crucifixion and somehow portray that in a way that is not freaking your kid out if they're younger or whatever. And so we've been very careful to make sure that what you will see, you'll see the story, the message isn't changed and it isn't watered down, but it's appropriate for families to come to together and see. And then, again, you'll know the level of comfort you have as you're experiencing that. But I just want to say that we have been really intentional in trying to be sensitive to that. Like it's not going to be like the movie The Passion of Christ, right? Where, your kid's going to have blood splattered on them when they're standing around or something like that. So, but they're going to see what happened and know what happened. Right. And it is a little bit of a tightrope walk because, ultimately we are talking about him being crucified. Which is a terrible, horrible thing. Yeah. And so any video clips and so forth that we're using, we're making sure that they're framed in such a way that you're not really seeing, you understand what is happening and you can see the action that's happening, but we're staying away from, intentionally gory images or anything like that. Yeah. And we've put a few different eyes on it. We were floating past different prototypes, so to speak, and there's a lot of stuff out there for different people. And like, what do you think of this? Some of our children workers and other pastoral staff and people with kids, we've given them some sneak previews to say, what do you think? Yeah. And we've so far been getting very positive reviews that, it's right where it should be. It's not too far, but at the same time, we're not going to water down what really happened because that's kind of what we're wanting parents to have the opportunity for kids to raise the question of why did that happen or how did that happen, and for parents to be able to answer those questions. Yeah, and if you're a parent, you probably know this, but there's no greater privilege that you have as a parent than to disciple your kid and to help them understand the gospel and the power of the gospel to change their life and other people's lives. And so, this is a great opportunity for you as a parent to walk through this with your child and to explain things and to experience it together. And before we get any further, I would just want to tell people, because we've been talking about it a lot, Good Friday is on March 29th, and the first tour is starting at 6 p.m. And so far, we have the last tour starting at 8:20, and it's every 10 minutes between now and then. Yeah. And it's been gradually filling up. You can go directly to shepnaz.org/Good Friday,
And if you go there, you'll see all the details about the event, and then you'll see a button where you can sign up for it. And it'll take you to like a calendar that will show you what groups are filled and what groups are available. But again, we want to reiterate, even if you see that groups are full, we still want you to come.
Yeah,
and
we'll make it happen.
We'll work you in.
Yep.
I'm sure even though people have the best intentions when they sign up, sometimes things happen in life and you're not able to follow through on what you had planned on doing. So there's going to be some of those people that don't show, and we'll slip you into those spots, or we'll just add a 1 or 2 to the group, and we'll make it happen.
Yeah. Yep. Well, we're excited about this, and as Joe had mentioned, it's a new thing for us, and so I think it's something that has merit and will continue to grow and expand, and we'll be able to add to the resources for it as we continue to do it.
Yeah.
So just get better.
There's some pretty cool things that we're not going to give away today, but they're a little different than the way we've done them before.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
All right. Well, is there anything else you want to add?
No, I'm just great. When you come, you'll see a collaborative effort of everybody work together on this, and that's really neat. All
right. Well, we're going to end it there for today. And again, that website, if you want to go to it, shepnaz.org/Good Friday. Share it with some friends. Don't just come by yourself. Ask somebody else to come with you, and either sign up in one of the slots that are available, or show up and say, hey, work me in, and we'll do that. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And if you can, be sure to share even this podcast for people that are wondering about the event, so that they can hear about what is coming. For Pastor Rob, I'm Joe. Have a great day. This podcast is a production of the Shepherd Church of the Nazarene, Gahanna, Ohio. Email to podcast@shepnaz.org and let us know what you think.